In this tutorial, we'll be taking a look at cropping an image in eFORMz. eFORMz has the ability to crop an image when that image is loaded from a file. Images from URLs or loaded directly into the project can't be cropped, but of course all images can be scaled. However, when you've added an image from a file and you want to crop it, especially if it's like a PDF file, for example, what you're going to want to do is first get that image into the project. And to do that, we're going to add a variable. So let's right-click the form here and select Add Variable by Position. And we'll go ahead and select OK just to accept the defaults. And to this variable, we're going to right-click it and select Add Function and Set Value. And in this constant field, we're going to put the location of our image, the file name of our image, where it's at, in this field and select OK. I have mine on one of the networks here. And we'll just go ahead and select OK there. And we'll see the value of the variable has now changed. So what we'll do here is you can do this one of two ways. You can add the image through the document template or through a rule. I'm just going to go ahead and do it through a rule here by right-clicking and selecting Add Rule and Load Image. And from the Use Variable drop-down, select the variable we just created and select OK. And the Load From, I have already put this image in the project here, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to want to crop it. So we're going to select File using the Rule variable. And as you see, this cropping field becomes active. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like before we do any cropping, and by selecting OK. And I'll scroll down here and you can see kind of the whole picture of the Seattle skyline. And so what we're going to do is we're going to crop this a little bit. So let's right-click the image and select Edit. And we have an x-axis, and that's moving from left to right, or horizontal axis. There's a y-axis, and that's moving up and down, or vertically. And then we have the width and the height of the crop we want to make. So for example, let's say I want to just crop it and just put 1,000 in for width and height, and just keep the X and Y as it is and select OK. It's been cropped, and you'll note that it's cropping it from the image at 0, 0, which is in the very top left hand side of the image. But let's say I want to get a better view here of the skyline. We'll go ahead and move it a lot further down the x-axis and the y-axis and select OK, and there's a perfect shot of the Space Needle, which is really what I want. Not the whole skyline, just the Space Needle itself, and did it. And so you can kind of play with the x-axis, the y-axis, and how much you want to crop. If I select the image, right-click the image and select Edit again, I can of course change how much I'm cropping. If I were to reduce these both to 500, you'll see it crops more. So the bigger this number is, the less it's going to crop. If I put it at 1500, it crops even less. So that kind of gives you a sense of how it's being cropped. So that is just a quick look at how you would crop an image from a file in eFORMz.